I am at Pickens Presbyterian Church, and Presbyterian as in a system of elders. The Bible has some good ideas in terms of systems of elders and leadership, but how exactly that works out for here, I'm not sure. I'll have to address that at another time. So Jesus in John 8:58 did not say that he is I am, because 8:54 shows how his message is from I am, which is one of the most common misunderstandings in Christianity and Hinduism and all sorts of stuff like this. Is these entities, they are quoting what they think God taught them. And Luke 2:21 says that Jesus was circumcised, and Malachi 3:6 says that God does not change. Numbers 23:19 shows that God is not a man. And of course, Jesus, being born a male human. Hosea 11:9 also would deny God's humanity. And John 8:40 would say that it lists Jesus as a man who spoke the truth. Not a God, not a part God, but a man who spoke the truth. And Acts 2:22 says that Jesus was a human that signs were done through. Acts 17:31 shows that his judgment is by his appointed. And being a Messiah is, of course, a human title. And Matthew 2:5 lists Jesus as Christ and Messiah as a human title. Okay, I said that. Numbers 23:19 says that a son of man is not divine. And doesn't the Bible call Jesus son of man all the time? Well, not all the time, but Matthew 2:40 mentions Jesus is becoming. Oh, there's a monument. Might as well go through and see what the monument is. Oh, not monuments, graveyards. Okay. (1865). Okay, so I should check and see how old this church is, because this apparently is a pretty old church. We have Luke 11:12. Has the followers of Jesus pray to God as Jesus did. Acts 5:29 through 30 says to obey God instead of humans. Ooh, something. Might as well walk through, show the graves in detail here. Matthew 12:18 and Acts 3:13 and Acts 3:26 calls Jesus as something of God. So Mark 10:17 through 18 And Matthew 19:17 has Jesus worshiping God. And according to John, Jesus worships God according to John 17:3, Luke 6:12, Matthew 20:28, Matthew 26:39, Hebrews 5:7. Hebrews 5:7 calls Jesus a submitter, which in Arabic, submitter is Muslim. And the faith of one who submits is Islam. And John 5:27 has Jesus' authority as delegative. Remember what a caliph is. A caliph is a vice-regent. It's not that they're supposed to legislate according to their own taste, but so he denies that he's God or the good Lord. In Luke 18:18 through 19 is where it has Jesus deny this. 1944. Might as well go through and Jesus worshipped God according to Mark 10:17 through 18, and Matthew 19:17 also has him deny this idea of him being God or the good Lord. Only had authority Mark 2:10 shows that the Son of Man only had authority on earth. On earth, okay. 1969, 1958, 1939, 1945, 1955. Might as well do the upper portion first. And October 1932. I wonder what the L thing is. So this would be a newer one, obviously, 2006. And I might as well give a full-on tour of the graveyard here. 1963, and what does the plaque say? 1936, 2008, 1944, 1959, and is this the oldest graves in the place? 2006. 1900. Obviously the leader of the church, because that's what father means. And 1948. What does this one say? This one says 1901. So there's maybe, I want to make sure I have all these graves here, so the main portion of this is over with. But New Year's had just occurred, and the Luke 2:21 and wherever else it has, this is not a complete list, 1973, 1958, 1938, and 2001. New Year's, the 8th day of life, 2004, 1966, 1957, obviously he was a Freemason, 1986, 1894, 1897, and 1914 is when that grave was. There might be one unidentified in the middle there. And this one from, 2004. $1996, 1953, 1914. Did I already do all these? What's that say? Can you read that? That tombstone's too worn, I can't figure it out. 1895. So sometimes the ones that aren't quite as old. 1894. And this one, and 1882. Does that mean it's 1865? 1924. So New Year's, I'm missing out here. New Year's is about Jesus being circumcised, which is a kind of weird idea for a new year, but whatever. 1966. Okay, I've done these. And obviously a vet there. Died in 2012, 2003, 1982, 1956. 1944. And I don't believe in gravestones wider across than the diagonal of a palm, but 1945, 1941, 1928. Okay, there's still ones up top before I go on here, but 1936, love it. Oh, I thought it said Lovecraft. I might as well have said something about Lovecraft, a different Lovecraft, if that was the case. April 1928, 1931, 1957, 1974, 2012, 1978, 1968. Yeah, these things get well worn and not too long. 2008, 2018, Colonial Dames, 17th century? Did they really have a grave from the 1600s that they put the rest of them around? It makes enough sense. This area did have settlers back then at that point. Became part of America pretty much immediately. 1881, 1906, 1866, 2000, 2000, 2000, 26, 2012, and 2010, and some people who aren't dead yet, but they will be, don't worry. 1954, 1987, 1991, and 77, or 1891. Well, it's not the soul that dies, but the body, right? 1887. Well, our lives, we should remember that our lives, 1868, 1913 and 1899. Oh, well, oh, Pence. Well, our president has a last name of, our vice president has a last name of Pence, doesn't he? 97, 91, 2012, 2000. Okay, I already did this. Okay. Was in the Army and died in 2000. So, lived a good long life. How old was he? Oh, 89. That's 1866, 1906, 1881, and I already mentioned that one, didn't I? Caroline something. It's fair to say that some of these things would have been, some of these people would have been, you know, the gravestone would have been forgotten, or something would have been left, and people would have, 1986, and people would have done something to remember those that were barely remembered. And 1961 and 1964. So remember that Hosea 11:9 would deny Jesus's would deny God's male as a male, and the idea that he's human in any way. September 1984, 1991. John 8:40 was Jesus as a man who spoke the truth, and just like him, we should speak the truth. And 1976, was there a grave there? Or are they preparing for that? Smith, I was a member of a Baptist church founded by a Smith, a Joseph Smith, but Josephine is obviously the feminine. 1960, and that would be a different part of the country. 1962, 2014, 1986. Remember the old Christian myth, and Jews had it too, and a lot of cultures had it. It's not universal amongst them, by the way. You know, because the dead need a Christmas tree. It doesn't matter that the Bible doesn't really support that. It's, you know, MDH, Red Angel, what was this, 2008. Yeah, grave goods don't do us any good. We got to prepare in life. But preparing a symbolic chamber or something to reflect upon in life can help prepare us for death. 2003. Let's go row by row here. Acts 17:31 shows that the judgment, God shows his judgment through an appointed. And 2001, oh, that's pretty degraded compared to some of the, you know, older ones for 2001. It just depends on what material and what side gets weathered. 1983, 1938, and 1938, Bess, 1995, 1983. So a lot of people would not be known. Yahweh, a Downing, Ahya Yeh. I showed that grave, didn't I? Townsend. Malachi 3:6 shows the change. Jesus and John 8:58 wasn't saying that he was I am, because in verse 54 he already said that he's